Oh, I don't know. I think my T is way too low to listen to Joe Rogan. Do you know that feeling when everyone is talking about a movie that you haven't seen? Have you ever felt compelled to make some vague comments just so you can join in the conversation? Well, what if you were in too deep? Do you think you could convince everyone that you'd seen it? Or do you think your version would be so much better that no one would care? Here at Faking Movies, we're always the ones who haven't seen the movie. Hey, welcome back everybody to Faking Movies. Oh, Seth is doing an impression of the lighting of The Undertaker, which is great because we are recording on the night of Survivor Series, which is, of course, the anniversary of The Undertaker's debut in the WWF. Yeah, that's a little thing to piss Seth off right from the jump.
When did he throw Mankind off the top of Hell in a Cell, though?
1998. Yeah. The 20th anniversary was in June.
Very recently, yeah.
Yeah, it was not too long ago. Well, anyway, I'm Lee, and an asshole. I am, of course, joined by my dear friend Seth, who's already angry at me.
Yeah,
what's up?
It didn't take much. Yeah.
You doing okay?
Nah, I'm fine.
Okay, cool. Also, of course, I'm joined by my dear friend Zach. What's up, Zach?
Oh, not much. How's it going?
You know, pretty good. And we have a guest this week for episode Heavenly Heaven, or shall we say, Kevindy Kevin. So for our 77th Heavenly Heaven episode, we're joined by a repeat guest coming back. I think you were on episode, I want to say like 13 or something.
Yeah,
it was a long time ago. Yeah, we did Smokey the Bandit. This is our dear friend Kev. What's up,
guys? Kev? Happy to be back. Should be a good episode.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, way back then, I had never met you before.
That's right.
And then I met you several times.
Yes.
And then, so...
Really doing
it. Weird how a year goes.
Yeah. Yeah, the few times we met have always been in extreme circumstances of depraved debauchery.
That's true.
Yeah. Intense high levels of travel and consumption of substances, let's say.
That's true. Interesting.
And barbecue.
So we
oh man,
that's right.
We got the barbecue sweats that day.
So I guess we're official danger buddies.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm just gonna say I wouldn't dream of making a boy soup without these ingredients that are here in the room with me.
Required almost.
Yeah. So before we get started, just to mention, check out our website, check out Twitter, check out Instagram. We update with some regularity. There's stuff on there. You should check it out. People other than me put effort into making those things look good. So
yeah, when Mariella's in the country, Twitter is updated pretty fast. But when she's not, it's a problem.
She's
true.
Currently taking her sabbatical half from work and half from our bullshit, I think. So.
She's earned it, at least from our perspective.
Many times over, certainly.
Yes. We miss you. Come back soon. Anyway, Kev, why don't you tell the people at home the movie that you're going to be faking this week?
All right. So this week it is the movie Sneakers.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Some of the actors in it are Robert Redford, Ben Kingsley,
Sir
Dan Aykroyd, Steven Tobolowsky or something to that effect.
Daffy Tobes.
Yeah, the character actor that everybody has seen. He's in everything.
Okay, so you do
exactly.
know him. Good.
We were talking about him this morning. We realized that he is like a version of Benjamin Button that was born in middle age and then stayed middle age the entire time.
He never had hair on the top, and he always kind of had that sad face with glasses. Always.
Yeah. I think he's just a man out of time.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And the last actress is Mary McDonald. And those are the only people in this movie. Yep. The rest is just hundreds of extras.
Okay.
Hundreds, you say?
Well, yeah, okay.
I'm excited for that.
We'll see how that jives up with the real movie, but I'm interested to hear your take.
Maybe 50 to 100 extras. It's only in really one scene. But more on that later.
Okay.
Oh boy, I hope it's a shitty carnival. Like that Goosebumps book.
Callbacks for no one. My favorite kind.
Yeah, you know that Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebumps book, Kev.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had like a purple alligator on the front. It was called The Adventure at the Shitty Carnival.
Everything you turn to, it goes, you waited in line and then the ride broke. Every time.
It's funny. I was originally planning when I was going to be on again to do a choose your own movie based upon answering a question or two I have. It would change the genre.
Oh my god.
But I was given sneakers and I didn't really have all that much time, so I thought...
we also got you in pretty quick, so we should we'll make a point to plan one out. So, dear 4 listeners, look forward to that in the future.
Liz too, shoot us a Twitter reminder when that in like a year.
We'll Jill St. John, if you have any genres that you want to see Kev cover, just reach out.
Yep.
I got you.
So, Kev, what you got for us?
All right, so the movie introduces us to Ben Kingsley, who is a master cobbler.
Ooh,
right?
Of course.
Okay,
that makes sense.
And you see where this is going already.
Yeah.
His apprentice is Dan Aykroyd. And both of their names are... Everybody's name in this is their actual first name.
Yeah, of
so
course.
Dan is Dan Aykroyd.
That's been happening a lot
Kingsley is
recently.
Ben.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
it makes it much easier to follow, so thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Ben, he's hit this mastery that has caused waves, and a particular company wants him. So he's giving up his kind of little shop to adopt a higher position at this company. It's called Earbach. It's the Earbach company.
Curious.
Not
Suspiciously
to be
like
confused with another company that sounds very similar.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I like that Zach is trying to play along like he picked up on that, but he definitely didn't.
No, I didn't. Until you, I was like, is he gonna like Seth that into something else later? Like, and then of course Reebok. Sure, yeah.
But he promises Dan that, listen, my friend, you've been so good. I'm gonna put in a word for you at another company where my friend works. This is the Swoosh Company.
So he's not even going to bring his apprentice with him? What bullshit is that?
I
Got
know.
a raging
but
cocaine
he-
addiction. Can't be
What?
bothered by that.
He's so hopped up on conspiracy theories and vodka, he can't be trusted.
I forgot he's really into conspiracy theories.
Oh no!
How did you forget that?
That's a big deal for the actual movie. But Kev, what time period does this take place in?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Sure.
So they're wearing tons of makeup to cover up their actual ages.
Hey, a little bit of a spoiler. That is the same time period for this movie.
Yeah, nailed it.
Great.
You're doing a great job so far. Like you got a lot of the main points.
Basically, they're at 2 different companies because they need to be separate in this in order for the movie to work.
It's about shoes because the name of the movie is Sneakers.
Oh, and I'm the
Never mind,
fucking
just-
idiot.
just-
Good lord.
How did you not pick up on that?
Well, okay, Zach. In my defense, I owned up to that immediately. So.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh
fair,
my
that's fair.
god. Jesus Christ. You never read a novel?
Several.
You guys are going to be excited. This is actually a biopic drama.
Ooh.
More on that later.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hope it's about the adventure or the inventor of the Air Jordan, Michael B. Jordan.
Time Lord Michael B. Jordan.
He wrote the song Michael B. Jordan after his cousin Michael Jordan heard time traveling Michael B. Jordan playing it
Well,
at
listen
a
to
high
this.
school dance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, too many references all piling up. Oh my
You know
god.
those new shoes you were trying to design? Well, listen to this. What do you mean you can't see them?
Squeak, 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 squeak.
I'm sorry, Kevin. We're being
Yeah,
really
we're
shitty.
being
Yeah,
real
that's
shitty.
okay.
We're
It's all about the banter. You know how it goes.
we're garbage humans.
Anyway,
God.
so Dan is at the Swoosh Company, and his apprenticeship has paid off because he quickly advances up their ranks, and he becomes a lead designer for this company. Now, in this position, he's taken what he's learned from Ben, and he develops a new technology for the sneakers. It's called the air pump.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh
my
God. Little alternate history here, yeah.
And Dan has been getting the attention of Robert Redford. He's kind of the guy that's running the Swoosh Company. And he brings his idea about the air pump to Rob, and Rob is ecstatic. He loves the idea. He loves a nice tight-fitting shoe.
And it's always, you get that gimmick and those dumb fucking kids are going to be all over it.
Oh, yeah,
are they?
absolutely.
I was.
This'll, if anyone wants to do detective work, this'll date me, but like, I can remember in kindergarten when a first kid walked in with those damn shoes,
Yeah.
everybody was chasing them around trying to make their feet hurt. That was, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I think we've dated ourselves quite a bit on this podcast already, so no worries.
Y'all remember BK Ratch Tech? Those are dope as
Y'all
fuck.
remember the
Yeah.
war back in the war?
Yeah.
LA Gears, baby.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. So,
Good transition.
yeah. We might have to go
Seamless.
back and edit part of that out because we're
No.
getting there.
Never.
So, Rob loves the idea. He's like, we're going to hold this gala with the owners, the investors, and we're going to demonstrate this new technology. You're going to be the one to present it. We're going to blow some minds. So Dan goes home. He tells his loving wife, Mary McDonald, henceforth known as Mary,
Sure.
about all of this, and they're excited. So a couple of weeks pass. It's the night of the gala. And, you know, Dan, he's got the nervous shakes, but he's ready. He's devoted years of his life to this technology.
It's just all the cocaine, probably. Yeah.
that it's and the cocaine. He's shaking like a leaf in the wind.
Oh, Wash, why?
All right. Now, this is the break they needed because, you know, while it's a good company, he wants to kind of go off on his own, be his own man. So they're excited. They get to the gala, and out comes Robert Redford. And what do you notice on his feet? Picture this in your
Pumps,
brain.
baby.
He's got those pumps on. Nice tuxedo. Robert Redford pumps. All right.
That's a good fucking look.
That is an
Classic.
absolutely terrible look. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's got such good
Lit-
verticals, though. Oh,
You got the late middle age, you got the tux, and you got the pumps. That is what I'm looking for.
God. Oh.
That's what I'm looking for in an indecent proposal.
Yeah.
hey.
Excellent.
Them pumped
Excellent.
up kicks.
Yeah.
All right, but here's the rub, though. Robert takes credit
Oh,
for the
that
pump as his own creation.
motherfucker.
That snake Robert. So this, of course, it breaks Dan's heart. Eventually, they get together. He's like, "How could you do this to me?" And Robert's just slick. He's like, "Listen, you're a small fish in a big pond. All right, the shoe game waits for nobody.
I
Gotta
really
get
like.
these things out."
I really like this dialogue. That's solid.
Yeah.
That's
Not
solid, menacing, middle-aged Robert Redford dialogue.
I don't know that there's a whole lot of like Redford villain roles, but
I was
like,
thinking
this
that
is-
too.
Winter Soldier. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
that was pretty recent. But
Oh.
I'm into this Redford as villain. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
great.
for sure. He does a good job.
So at this point, you know, Robert needs to hide everything, so he straight up just fires Dan, takes his stuff, has him escorted off the swoosh lot,
This is some fucking Edison shit right here.
and this destroys Dan's life.
Yeah, of course.
So his marriage with Mary is on the rocks. He's depressed. He can't find work. He can't continue his dream of being this great creator. So he hits the cocaine hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
real
boy.
To the point where, you know, he's going to the bar at noon, pouring back scotches, just trying to drink his sorrows
Not-
away.
So when you
Not
said this was
vodkas?
a biopic, this is a biopic of Dan Aykroyd, is what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So probably.
They did
It's dabbles.
They did script
Yeah,
rewrites in
probably
the middle. They're like, we can't work with this
Crystal-
asshole.
Yeah, it's probably Crystal Skull trademark brand vodka.
Oh shit, that was him, wasn't it? No.
Yeah,
It
this
still
is like the
is.
fourth time we brought it up.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
huh. I drink a lot on the podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that vodka is shitty. So.
Oh, it's not good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not heard great things about it. Although,
No.
like, you know, cool, weird bottle. That's
It has
fun.
a cool, weird bottle, sure, but you could get a cool, weird bottle with maybe a scarf on it or a little sweater from Tito's. So
Oh yeah, I've got one of them little sweaters.
Where's he going with this? Okay. Oh dear.
All right,
Anyway.
so Dan's at the bar, and he notices somebody who looks even worse than often he does.
Oh.
And it's our friend
Impossible.
Stephen T.
Oh,
Stephen T is
very
there.
possible.
Oh.
Okay.
He is shit faced, practically crying. And Dan's like, he has to know what's going on. And Stephen explains to him that he too, his life is falling apart because earlier that week he was driving at night and he ran a kid over, a teenage kid. He
Jesus.
says, I couldn't see him in the dark. I was devastated. I don't know what's going to happen. My life is ruined.
Is this a prequel to the hit CBS drama Jag? Where the guy had night blindness and that's why he couldn't be a... Never mind. Never mind. Nobody look up the show Jag.
Do you want me to call up friend of the show Eva, because she also has seen every episode of Jag. I know that much, so you guys can just have a little Jag off together.
Hey! Well done.
Them judge
Yep,
advocate
excellent.
generals. Yep. Oh, so this isn't a Jag prequel. Okay, never mind.
That'd be kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Alright,
let's
so-
get back on track.
So Steven, I just wish I could have seen that kid. I just wish I could have seen him. None of this would have happened. And this is the inspiration that Dan needed. He thinks to himself,
Dead
What if-
kid shoes.
what if you could make shoes
Oh fuck.
that
Oh
lit
fuck.
up when you
Oh,
walked?
yeah. Oh my god. Oh shit. I just.
You
I'm
son
so
of a
sorry,
bitch.
Kev. I didn't mean to spoil him.
You did it.
Oh my god, this is wonderful.
Oh, the 90s are alive, and I'm so happy.
The 90s streets will fuck so heavy with this.
Yes, quite. They do fuck
Holy
heavy
shit.
in the streets. Wow.
Amazing.
Okay, so
Wipe those tears away and get us to the conclusion.
it's just so beautiful. I can't stop crying.
Kev, you've already hit the grand slam. Just round those fucking bases, baby.
Yeah.
Don't trip on the way home.
Yeah.
Much like Robert Redford in The Natural. Those
Oh.
lights exploded. Yeah.
Yeah. Just give me them pancake sausage, eggs, maybe hash browns. I don't know. What else?
Oh,
in
this
the
is a
Grand Slam?
Denny's joke
Yeah.
now. Welcome to the show. Denny's, our new sponsor. Fuck Heinz.
Fuck Heinz.
The Denny's in my shitty town went out of business, so
Oh.
Seems about right.
which is very confusing given that I live in a shitty college town. So
Yeah, that is odd. Built-in
it
market.
was away from where the students live, so you'd have to drive there, and you can't drive when you're hungover.
No.
Mm.
No, indeed not.
I mean, all of us can probably attest to the fact that that's not true. We definitely drive when we're hungover.
May have done that this morning. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Anyway, go ahead, Kev.
All right. So Dan has this idea. He gets in contact with his old friend Ben, and Ben loves the idea. They work together to develop these light up shoes, the LA Lights. And the kids go crazy for it. Pumps aren't even on their radar anymore. They
Pumps?
want
Fuck
shoes.
pumps.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
pumps. They want shoes with lights in them, and good for them. So for several years, these shoes are coming out, and it's just the biggest thing. They're getting athlete sponsorships. The court is lit up. Okay, but eventually, towards the mid '90s, people start to realize these things are kind of faulty.
Mhm.
They don't work all that well, and
They're annoying.
You can't take down Erbach or Swoosh. They're just always going to be the top two. So
Show enough. Show enough.
the company basically goes belly up,
Oh
and
no.
we're back to where we were again. Mary at this point has had enough. She's lived this life of luxury, and now it's all gone. So they get divorced. She winds up with Robert because they knew
yeah.
each other, all that.
I was worried
He's
you
got
were
the
going to say
money.
that.
we could say that Ben dies, of old age / some terminal illness.
No, we need that. No, we need that scene though. We need like the mentor dying off, and then like Dan Aykroyd being like, "I will avenge your really stupid light up shoes."
Okay, so all right. So Ben has a custom-made pair with a little heartbeat that lights up. But as he dies, the light in his LA sneakers just starts to flatline.
God damn it, Kev! Right? You son of a bitch! You've done it again.
The tears are gonna flow on this one. Oof.
Oh, the drinks will flow and the blood will spill. The boys want to fight. You better let them.
So if you thought Dan was bad after his first firing, there's no coming back from this. So
he's lost everything.
His cocaine, he can't even afford it anymore. He's going through withdrawals. His apartment is, ankle deep with empty hooch skulls, I guess.
I do really want to see that image of Dan Aykroyd wading through a room of his shitty vodka.
The shower curtain of Skull vodka bottles.
Dude, if you just spent less money, like buy cheaper vodka, you'd get so much more vodka, dude.
But he tasted that sweet life, and he never wanted to give it up.
Just like Zach and Cody.
Oh my god.
Yeah, again, he's staying at the Tipton. He doesn't want to go to the Holiday Inn,
Sure.
Anyway, we're winding down here. He's outside. He's broke. He's got nothing left, and he's sitting on a bench, and he's watching people walk down the street, and he notices a skateboard kid, and that skateboard kid just seems to be flying along much faster than everybody else. When a second moment of inspiration hits him.
Oh my god, are there gonna be...
We cut to the last scene. It's a hill. And we see Dan Aykroyd with a pair of wheelies on.
Woo!
Yes!
Hell yeah!
Wheelies.
And that is the movie Sneakers.
Oh my god.
He's invented all the best shoes.
Yeah. He's the mastermind behind all shoe innovation of the past 50 years. This is incredible.
I think, Zach, on our recent mini-sode that came out a little while ago, by the way, guys, check our mini-sode out, where we talked about terrible business ideas.
This was a doozy.
Zach, you said you did not have a Healy guy, and I think you were holding out on it.
Yeah, turns out Kev's my guy.
Yeah. Kev, before we get into the real movie, I do have one quick question. Can we include, since Ben Kingsley dies in this movie, can we get a ghost blowjob into this movie as an homage to Ghostbusters?
I mean, Danny's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, are you thinking that Ben Kingsley's ghost is going to give Dan Aykroyd a blowy?
I think that's what he's getting at.
I mean, Dan Aykroyd set a tone in Ghostbusters, and that tone is, if there's a ghost in a movie, I'm gonna get a blowjob from
if
it.
there's a ghost in a movie, someone will get head.
That he fucks that toaster in Ghostbusters too. He does.
Oh yeah, that one that jumps around when it's angry. Yeah,
Or happy, just depends. Yeah.
Toasting makes me feel good. No.
It's so warm.
Would you, instead of a BJ, would you accept, as he's going down the hill in his Heelys, the ghost of Ben is doing the I'm the king of the world pose behind him?
Yes.
On his shoulders?
You know what? I'm into it.
Riding his wake of that sweet speed. Yeah.
And then he crashes into a pile of Skull vodka bottles.
Oh no, he has one in his hand as he's wheeling down, down the hill.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, I'm very into this. Thank you, Kevin.
Really wonderful. Yeah.
Natch.
Oof, aloof.
Wow,
all right.
That was
amazing.
a movie.
Shit, I loved that.
Well, Seth, you got the much shittier IMDb version.
Yeah, I sure do.
All right.
Kev, you want to hear the much shittier IMDb summary of this shit movie?
Yeah, I'd like to hear it. I think I'm assuming it's like a heist movie or something to that
Kind
effect.
of, yeah. Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Sneakers in 1992.
Perfect.
A security pro finds his past coming back to haunt him when he and his unique team are tasked with retrieving a particularly important item.
The most poorly titled movie of all time.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
there's like a reference at the end where like I think one of the characters goes, "We just pulled off the best sneak of all time, and we can't even tell anybody
Yeah.
about it." So,
It's not
yeah.
the word that they use for that. Anything else, heist, job, whatever.
Yeah.
Sneak, no one has ever said that.
That's a good
Ever.
point.
We should find a transcript of this movie and see how often they say the word sneak, which will be exactly once.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Okay. Well, this
Was
is
that
a
like
shit.
was that a Make-A-Wish wish? Just get to name a Hollywood movie Call it
For like a
Sneakers.
4-year-old, maybe.
Yeah.
I want to be called Sneakers.
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
Oh, kid, god damn it. All right, we've already written this
Somebody
thing.
call Redford. He's not going to be pleased about this.
So, Kev, before I give you the longer summary, I'll let you know.
Seamless.
There are more cast members, obviously,
Yeah.
Quite a few.
than we let on. We're going to reveal them throughout the summary.
Okay.
So pay attention, and you might catch a name that you recognize.
All right. I'll try to sneak them into my movie in different
Retroactively?
roles. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Sounds good.
One of them's an assistant, obviously.
Yeah,
Always
clearly.
works.
I'll give you a hint. There are only one other female character in the movie, so like you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
Bad movie.
so the movie starts with a cold open with young Robert Redford and Ben Kingsley in college, and they're basically like doing hacking, like they're hacking bank accounts and stuff.
No,
Quote,
no,
and, like,
quote,
the phrase,
unquote hacking. Yeah.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
the phrase "doing hacking" is exactly the right one for what they're doing. It's true.
And it's like it's in the 70s, and they're like taking money from Nixon and giving it to the legalization of marijuana.
It was
and, like,
1969. Thank you very much.
Oh, is it in 1969?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice
Redford
nice.
goes out.
Computers, 1969. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Anyway, Redford goes out to get food, and while he's gone, Ben Kingsley gets arrested. Like the cops show up, and like Redford then disappears. And we learn later that he like went to Canada. So then flash forward to the present. Robert Redford runs a company where they're a security company where they'll go and find your like tech breaches for you. And this is when we meet his crew, who include Sidney Poitier. He is
wow.
he's a former CIA.
Yeah.
He's a former CIA guy. River Phoenix is like a wonderkind computer kid.
I guess.
Dan Aykroyd is one of his dudes who also is a conspiracy freak.
yeah, who goes by the name Mother.
Yeah, he's Mother, and he's really into conspiracy theories,
Which
and
we'll
just
talk
his-
about later, because, God, what a fuck.
Yeah, almost his entire dialogue is just him talking about conspiracy theories and trying to piss off Sidney Poitier.
Okay. So before you go on,
Uh-huh.
River Phoenix, skateboard kid,
Uh-huh.
Sidney Poitier, basketball star who endorses the LA Lights.
That feels a bit
Awesome.
on the nose, but all right. Yeah.
Is that right? Fine.
I would
he
love
plays
to
hockey,
see
though.
Sidney Poitier
he's
pretending
a
to be a basketball
Two
player.
athlete or two sport athlete.
All right, yeah. If he could be a
okay.
goon in hockey, that seems good. He's a big guy.
Also, he might be. I don't know. Also in his crew is David Strathairn. Good night, good luck. That dude. He plays a deaf is the opposite.
No,
blind.
He's a blind, yeah.
A blind phone freak, which apparently is the term for like people who used to like hack
PH
into
freak.
old phone systems before they went digital.
I've
Yeah.
seen hackers. Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, his name is Whistler, so I mean that makes sense. There was like famously phone hacker that could like whistle the dial tones in a way that could
Yeah.
make things.
Which is how they got the name, according to the what I was reading.
Well, see, but I'm confused because his name is Whistler, and then Dan Aykroyd is Mother. So is it Whistler's mother? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's playing off of each other's nickname or they don't explain that. Anyway, they're not making much money in their business, and they get approached. Redford does by these two government dudes. One of them is played by Timothy Busfield. If you're a West Wing fan, he used to be Danny Kincannon, the reporter who ends up with CJ at the end. Spoiler for West Wing.
It's on and off again throughout all of the West Wing, but
when they do the flash forward in the series finale, though, they have since been married with kids. So
you know what? I never watched the finale.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So these two government agents show up to Redford and they're like, we want you to steal this device that this mathematician built. And the mathematician is played by Grounded for Life himself, Donald Logue.
Irish, Canadian, American,
in the
soccer fanatic, Portland native, Donald Logue.
Confusing series of outfits and role.
I think these two bozos have some things to say about Donald Logue in this movie. But,
definitely,
so much.
Yeah.
The only
thrust of it,
the only thing he gets right is the weird professor thing, which we've talked about in the past. Like that guy's definitely going to try to ponytail sexually assault somebody, and that is a thing that exists in the real world for sure.
We'll talk more in a minute about him.
Yeah.
The thrust of this meeting is Donald Logue has mathed his way to making like some code breaking machine.
Yeah, using math.
Deep sigh.
Yeah. And they say they're from the NSA. They want to pay him a ton of money to steal it. And they also, as like a incentive, leave a dossier with his real name, because he has obviously changed his name since he's been on the run.
This is Robert Redford we're talking about right now.
Yeah, Robert Redford. So he tells his team about this, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. And I really feel like I need to mention, this is when they first start doing this, a recurring thing in the movie where no one can fucking pronounce his name, and it drives me nuts.
Wait, whose name?
Robert Redford. In the movie, his name is Martin.
Yeah.
And it's an entire movie of Sidney Poitier saying, Martin, and
he famously has a very eloquent speech pattern, right?
And later Ben Kingsley going, Marty, like, what the fuck is this movie?
Yeah. Ben Kingsley also has a ponytail. It's fucking off-putting.
Yeah, he does. He does have a ponytail.
Just a little baby
white, like a white baby ponytail.
Yeah, it's gross. It's
not.
It's
good.
like a
So Redford ropes in Mary McDonald to come help him out because she is apparently a math genius and also used to date him and used to help his crew out to do stuff.
Very convenient.
And they go to a lecture that Donald Logue is giving, and he's being very TED Talky about math.
Yeah, you do.
They plant a bunch of microphones and shit so they can spy on him. At the same time, we also meet this Russian agent that Redford used to work with. I don't know this guy. He's not like a famous person.
George Hearn. He's not super well known. Yeah.
But he is now, since the Cold War ended, he's like a cultural attaché. So he's like, oh, if you ever want to do work together, we can work together again. So anyway, they find out where this machine is and they steal it, and while they steal it, they find out that someone murdered Donald Logue and they're trying to set up Robert Redford for it. So they decide they need to go on the run. And in the most inexplicable thing ever, them going on the run is just crashing at Mary McDonald's apartment. A known associate of all of these people.
Yeah, right.
When both the police and these shadowy fake government agents are looking for them.
Yep.
So then there's this whole thing about fucking anagrams throughout the whole movie where company names are anagrams, and they realize that the main anagram in the movie is No More Secrets. And Redford hooks up with the Russian agent who's like, I'm going to give you asylum if you ask me for it so I can protect you because you're my friend. And then a bunch of fake government agents stop their car and murder him. And it's like, no more secrets. And it's like, oh shit, they're in on it. And then we meet Ben Kingsley
again,
who Robert Redford thought had died in prison years ago. And really, he's been like running these covert, like, you know, computer shit. So he's like, I've disrupted countries, their governments, and overthrown them with numbers. And I move money around for criminals. And I do this and that and bullshit and this and everything. And it's like, okay, who fucking cares? Redford gets away because they let him go. Like, it's one of those weird villain plans where he's like, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to make your life harder. So, like, he enters his real identity into all these government databases, and, like, now you have to fend for yourself. So then Redford gets back to his crew, and they're like, okay, we need to do a heist to get this device. Mm-hmm. And they end up, like, contacting the real NSA at some point, and the heist is really dumb because they need to like break all these security systems. One of them is a motion sensor where Robert Redford has to walk 2 inches at a time, and also they have to raise the temperature in the room to body temperature. So like
also real quick, the real NSA is played by James Earl Jones. So
I was gonna reveal that at the end.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, as you're describing this, I think I fell asleep during this movie. I don't remember any of the things you're talking about.
No, I remember all of this, but it's very stupid.
Yeah.
So we hear James Earl Jones' voice, and then we don't actually see him.
Yeah,
till the
but
very
we all
end.
know what James Earl Jones sounds like.
I know.
A real Darth
I know.
Vader
it's Darth Vader, yeah.
Yeah, it's a real Mufasa situation.
But when he shows up, he's this like pudgy white guy. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, they got David Prowse on a bad day to come and do the acting for it.
Can I ask why is he?
Please.
Is he targeting Robert Redford because he was the one arrested and Robert ran away?
Yes, absolutely.
And they were
100%.
like best friends that were gonna change the world with their quote hacking.
Careful.
I have a comment about this for when we're done.
Okay.
About Ben Kingsley's confusing philosophy, and I feel like it's a thing that comes up in a lot of movies, but we'll come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The other part of the plan is they need to get into the building, so they need like an ID card and like a voice identification thing. So they get Mary McDonnell to seduce Stephen Tobolowsky.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because his office is next door to Ben Kingsley's office.
Which in real life, she walks up to him and he goes, "You want me to talk into this thing?" Okay, sure. Totally. Yep.
Yeah, so she gets him to record
exactly
all these
what
random
happens.
phrases so they can use it to beat the security system. Yeah. And they end up on multiple dates, and like he's a toy inventor because the cover company is a toy company, and one of his toys like knocks over her purse, and he finds out that she's been using a fake name, so he like drags her to the building while the heist is going on and makes a big show of everything. And this is my fucking favorite part. Ben Kingsley is there, and he's like, let's go check out his office if he thinks his office is being broken into. And it's right after Robert Redford is like, he's up in the air ducts because he just pulled off his bullshit.
Right.
And nothing is amiss. And it's like, well, I apologize, ma'am. We're going to call you a cab. And she's like, thank you so much. The whole ruse was that they said that she got matched up with him on a computer dating system. Mm-hmm. And she's like, this is the last time I computer date. And then she starts to walk away, and Ben Kingsley goes, wait. No, a computer matched them up? It's Marty. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? He's so confident in computers that he can't imagine that Mary McDonnell and Stephen Tobolowsky would go on a date together.
It's not
Like,
entirely wrong, but...
No, he is absolutely wrong. What are you talking
no, he was right, but it was a fucking shot in the dark, and I am offended that the movie treats it as anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a whole lot of like running around, and like River Phoenix helps Robert Redford and Mary McDonnell get out, and then Sidney Poitier and Dan Aykroyd get like captured. They're off in like the getaway vehicle off in the distance, and Sidney Poitier beats the shit out of these goons while they get David Strathairn, who's blind, to drive the getaway vehicle and pick everybody up,
Which is
actually
truck.
Yeah, it's a giant box truck. It's maybe the best scene in the movie because they shot, lit, and scored it like E.T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it works. So it's just a blind guy driving a van while Robert Redford is telling him what to do over a radio.
It was James Horner who did the music for this. And James Horner does action scene music very, very well. I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like chase music and.
Yeah. It works because the rest of the movie is bad, I think. So, yeah. This is the only fun that we have the whole time. Yeah.
The only polished turd in the bowl.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to this, too. I have some thoughts about this. But
the summary is very long.
Yeah, I know.
Kinda
We're just trying to get all the characters in. So they get away. And in the process of getting away, Ben Kingsley is going to shoot Robert Redford, and then he's like, I can't shoot my friend Marty. And he's like, here. Take this MacGuffin box codebreaker machine that you're so interested in.
Invented by Donald Logue. Oh.
Yeah, it's not worth it to me. And he leaves, and then after he leaves, Ben Kingsley opens the box, and it's a fake. He switched him out. So then they go back to their fucking headquarters, which bothers me because a fucking conspiracy theory, mega powerful, violent rich man knows where they are, and they just went back to their normal house. Why do they think they're safe? Because they're not.
Yeah, no, it's stupid as shit.
And when they get there, James Earl Jones and the actual NSA are waiting for them, and it's like, wait, you need to do some stuff for us first. And they all do ask for things that they want. So Robert Redford wants his record clear. Dan Aykroyd wants a Winnebago. Sidney Poitier wants to go on a vacation with his wife on the government's dime. David Strathairn wants peace on earth and goodwill toward men. And I actually thought this was kind of funny because James Earl Jones goes, "We're the U.S. government. We don't do that sort of thing."
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
That was good.
Yeah. And then River Phoenix is like, "I want this lady agent's phone number," and she's like, "You could have anything you want. You want my phone number?" And he's like, yeah, I do. And then they bone or something. I don't know.
Yeah, off screen maybe.
Which is one, it's gross and weird, and two, it's fucking River Phoenix. He was a handsome man. I know his character's supposed to be a nerd, but
no, he's classic. He's classic super hot guy that's a nerd.
Yeah, are we to believe that he is so desperate to interact with a woman that anyway? And then at the end of it all, there's a news report on the screen because we find out that Robert Redford gave him the box, but he took out the computer chip that makes it work.
Yeah.
So they couldn't use it to spy on people. And then they use the computer chip to bankrupt the Republican National Committee. That's the last thing that happens. When they donate all the money to charity.
Yeah, it's Greenpeace and all sorts of stuff, but.
Yeah, so that's Sneakers. It's fine.
It was stupid watching it, and then listening to you recount it quickly, it's so much more stupid. This is such a, carnival of dumb air. It's so stupid. Yeah.
So, Kev, okay. This movie is classified as a comedy/crime caper movie.
Wrong.
And here's my thought on that. We were talking about this yesterday when Seth was watching it. The first 20 minutes are actually kind of fun.
I really enjoyed the first 20 minutes. I thought that was the whole movie, and then suddenly I realized there was still an hour and a half.
Yeah,
at least.
The first 20 minutes are very fun and they're very silly.
Yeah.
And then there's some spots toward the end that are also quite silly, especially the scene at the end with James Earl Jones.
Yes.
And I think that it really feels like the movie was supposed to be much sillier, and somewhere during production they decided to we need to amp up the tension a little.
Okay. Yes.
And it just kind of hurts the flow of the whole middle of the movie is much slower than for what's happening. It just takes forever to lay out.
And no, you're right. The tone shifts dramatically. It goes from funny to crime to funny, and all genres suffer for it. Because it's just half-assing all of them. So it's it's very dumb.
Zach, I think you had some stuff about the computer science and math.
I do. So you mentioned, and I saw as soon as this movie started, I was like, this is going to be upsetting to me. I can tell already. And so they had a mathematician or mathematical consultant, which you mentioned is the R in RSA encryption, which is the foremost encryption method that literally everything runs on nowadays.
Yeah, and they're using the movie is heavily involved in like breaking encryptions
It's
and things
the
like
whole
that.
onus for the whole thing. Yeah. So that therein lies the problem. And I'm surprised that this person who literally invented the technique kind of I understand dumbing a thing down enough so that it's like mass appeal is higher, but
I mean,
boy,
Kip
howdy.
Thorne helped them design black holes that you could see with the naked eye for Interstellar. You gotta make something for the masses.
And I totally get that, but like again, as the guy who literally invented the wheel in this case, like I thought he would have at least tried to have more truth in there for like his own sake. I would have thought. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, Donald Logue, he develops this super secret black box. There's many scenes in which we catch snippets of him talking math, like in the beginning before he dies. And I think
off camera,
right? Yeah.
He gets the newspaper headline where they find out that he's dead says like murder and arson, so they fucking covered their tracks. Like,
yeah, the murders are particularly brutal in this movie. It's kind of weird. So yeah, he's describing prime factorization, which is like the fundamental technique behind this, where it's like very easy to do one way, but very hard to do the other one, which is why encryption is hard to break. But like it's a very simple mathematical principle, and I think this is to establish that he's some sort of super genius. But like, I don't know, it's just very confusing.
We also get a weird Donald Logue like almost sex scene out of it, which is
there is a surveillance scene.
Very comical.
Yeah, where he's like sleeping with almost the Russian lady. Yeah, that was fun.
Like a Russian mathematician that he knows.
It's a Russian astrophysicist, but his outfit is the important part, Cav.
Yes.
His outfit.
You ain't wrong.
All right, so Donald Logue has like shoulder length hair in this, like shoulder length, ginger. hair.
Like Donald Logue has.
always. And he is wearing like a white blazer and khaki pants and a white turtleneck.
Well, I think they were white pants too, but everything he was wearing was a slightly different shade of white.
Yeah, and he had that fine dad bod too, and I was like, yeah, this is
he looked like
mathematician.
Papa Finnerty in season 4 at this point.
Yeah, for sure. Like, oh boy,
not ideal. So the one other thing, and so Lee, you mentioned that this box is the MacGuffin of the movie, and it absolutely is. Like
it's weird though because it's a MacGuffin and it's actually an important thing.
Oh, like it's the entire onus of the whole plot. Yeah, it's
the movie like runs on the box as though it's going to be a MacGuffin, but it also tells you everything about it and shows you how it works.
Exactly.
And so it's a really bad MacGuffin.
It is. Yeah. But yeah, also again with this guy who invented this thing, the whole thing is flawed. So there's two ways to break encryption. You have to either know the key exactly and enter it, or you brute force all possible keys, which for like modern day encryption, and it was like a little bit less secure back then by way of being smaller numbers, but there's like 2 to the 500, which is like well over the amount of atoms in the known universe, possibilities. So either like he encoded all of the known, like he stole the keys for everything in the entire government and put it in the box, or he has literally broken the laws of physics and come up with some computer that fits in a box the size of an answering machine, and like defying literally the laws of physics has like come up with something that breaks how we know computing to work. And again, it's just like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like
maybe Scotty and Bones came back.
Hey,
how did
get
they
some
not
whales.
know he invented the thing?
And while they were there, they gave him the formula for transparent code breaking.
Right, like it is literally like Star Trek level computing. It makes no fucking sense. But again, like I don't know, the plot has to hinge on something. So here we are. I guess.
Zach, can I just say this is the deepest I've ever heard you go into talking about like your area of expertise,
that's
and
true.
I am rock hard right now. Like,
that's true. This is the first time you've ever actually talked about your stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, it's very confusing.
Well, this isn't even at all my area of computer science. This is more math, I guess. But I don't actually like computers very much. It's weird. I've chosen it as my thing and gone to just so much school for it. But yeah, they're just, I don't know. It's work. Ugh.
yeah, so Zach's boss can reach us at www.zachhatescomputers.com at fakingmovies.com/gmail.
Yeah, I don't think she listens to the podcast, but if she does, I'm fucked.
Yeah, this is the thing that would get you fired. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, for sure. What?
Yeah.
Seth, what kind of stuff did you have? Did you want to bring up?
Not much, because this movie is very boring.
Yep.
That's true.
Seth,
I have
you
a couple
mentioned
things.
Seth. Well, I think I mentioned, and then you said as well. You were like, I kept wanting to get up and do literally anything else while I was watching this movie, and that sums up my watching experience quite well as well.
Oh, I made dinner and did the dishes while watching this movie.
Yeah.
I've also seen it several times. I know I've brought this up before, but this is a movie that my partner has an inexplicable soft spot for. So
I didn't
it's something
know
I
that.
confused.
That is dumb. Oh, man.
I think I'm gonna rate it a lot higher than you guys are, but yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I found this movie very, very inconsistent. It was like it was three different movies that it was trying to be cohesive, and it just couldn't manage it. I mean, it's mostly like Robert Redford and Sidney Poitier dawdling about action scenes. Like,
oh yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Because it's 1992, so like they are not young men, right? They were stars in the mid 60s through 70s, and now they're being asked to do action scenes, so they're like slowly ambling through doing action.
Robert Redford's main action scene involves him purposely walking 2 inches at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't want to step
so
on
dumb.
something.
And Robert Redford seems like an old man the entire time. Like,
yes,
he's constantly like he's got like an earbud in or whatever, and is constantly talking to his crew to get through these situations. And whenever he interacts with anybody else in this movie, he just fumbles it entirely. Like he just can't think on his feet at all. Exactly like a decrepit octogenarian would do. If you wanted to pretend they were a spy. It's so fucking. It's this. God, garbage.
So I don't want to step on Lee if you were going to mention this, but there's some talk that I saw online about. And I think this supports what you're saying, Seth, where this was probably like a star vehicle where they were like, oh, we put Redford and Poitier in it. Like, we can't go. It doesn't matter what the movie's about. Like, fuck it. It'll carry itself.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of people, like the director did not have any interest in this movie until he saw Redford was involved. And he's like, oh, fuck, yeah, I want to work with him. I'll do it.
I also read that, yeah.
Yeah, and so it feels like a bunch of people were just like, I don't know, we're all kind of famous. Should we do a thing? And they were like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Well, one of the things, River Phoenix did this movie. This was his follow-up to My Own Private Idaho, and he made this movie because he said, My Own Private Idaho really fucked me up, so I wanted something easy for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Stephen Tobolowsky, apparently, me and Zach were talking about this before we start recording. A few years ago, it was the 20th anniversary of this movie, and Slate did a whole retrospective on it for some reason.
Which is very confusing. It's not fucking Terminator 2. Like, who gives a fuck about this movie?
But Stephen Tobolowsky, I guess, wrote like an essay about it, and one thing he said was it was the most fun he's ever had making a movie, a TV show, anything.
Yeah. Well, it's probably because they fucking like phoned it in and they all goofed their way through it. So it probably was really fucking fun, honestly. Yeah.
The other thing he said was, I didn't even want to read the script because I thought the title was stupid. And then my agent was like, no, Stephen, Redford, Poitier, you got to read this shit.
Exactly.
And his quote is something, I might be not getting this exactly right, but he said something like, And I put the script down and I said, so that's what $100 million at the box office reads like. What the fuck?
Oh
Do we know how much it actually made?
Yeah, I got the numbers.
It
somewhere.
can't. There's no fucking way it was 100 million.
It was fairly successful.
Yeah,
Oh my
the budget was
God.
35 million. It made 105.
No,
Wow.
that's impossible. Jesus Christ.
It was a star vehicle
Well,
for a reason.
yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
That's true,
And
that's true.
so let's talk about Dan Aykroyd for a hot second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spewing his conspiracy
Yeah,
bullshit.
Lee, you want to talk about this? You've been talking about it.
No, you go for it. I'm
Okay, so
mad.
so Dan Aykroyd plays this guy Whistler's mother, and he apparently, and this is something Lee told me. I have no substantiation for this, but
I was not able to find this again, but I'm willing to just believe it without citing
It sounds
it.
like
Yeah.
you guys are describing a conspiracy.
yeah. Well, the conspiracy goes
No Cisco, but
that Dan Aykroyd, as Whistler's mother, like would talk about all of these things to annoy Sidney Poitier, like the entire time. He's talking about like the Kennedy assassination. He's talking about the CIA causing an earthquake in Managua, like all sorts of shit. And
Causing an earthquake, a thing that is possible at all. Yeah.
fracking.
in a Bond movie.
Fracking.
All right. I'll say if you
yeah.
systemically remove the structure of the earth beneath a place over a period of years, I guess, yeah, fine.
Yeah, who's to say the CIA can't do that? Anyway.
Well,
Supposedly in this movie, Dan Aykroyd is talking about all of these stupid bullshit conspiracies, like especially the one that like makes me the most angry, of course, is the moon landing. But these are supposedly the conspiracies that he actually believes, and was just ad-libbing all of this stuff.
oh wow.
Yeah, which is
There was one about an extraterrestrial having dinner at the White House with Eisenhower, and like Eisenhower brokering a peace deal with them that says they're allowed to mutilate as many cows as they want.
These are real things. Real things.
Yeah.
supposedly, yeah. Oh
So
my
there's
God.
a lot of takes where the director's just like, cut. Oh, fuck me. God damn it.
So every time you buy Crystal Skull vodka, you're subsidizing this fucking lunacy. Like
I mean, you saw
every time you eat at the House of Blues, you're
Yeah.
just fueling his insanity.
Yeah,
Like,
did you see the bullshit that he pulled with Blues Brothers 2000? Ugh.
ugh. Blues Brothers 2000 is a travesty.
It really is. It really, really is. Oh god.
Dan
I had one-
Aykroyd, he was on the We Are the World song, wasn't he?
Oh god.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
He was a big star in
I
the
wonder,
80s.
I wonder if that is way to like counter all these crazy conspiracies going on, just to unite the
I mean, like,
world.
he tried to like do one thing of good to overcome all the conspiracies. Yeah.
It was his one shot, and he had to take it.
That feels like ascribing more
If
goodwill
we get
to Aykroyd.
Freddie and Sting and Prince and Bob Geldof in the same room together, the Boomtown Rats will unite the whole fucking world.
Oh my god.
That feels like giving Aykroyd way too much credit, honestly. I don't think
Yeah.
there's no way.
Oh, he wears all the T-shirts he wears in the movie are for bands that he actually listens to. One of them was River Phoenix's band,
Oh,
Naturally.
and one of them was the Tragically Hip. They're like a Canadian band that he's really into.
Sure.
Yeah.
Know them.
Yep.
We are the world. We are the children.
Yeah, a famous
Children.
tragically
We
hip
are
song.
the ones.
Do
that
they
brighten
know it's
days.
Christmas time at all?
Oh dear.
Tell me why I hate Mondays. That was Bob Geldof in the Boomtown Rats.
sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, what's
I had
your
one
last?
thing-
What's your last
oh.
thing? What's up? What's up?
Yeah. So the villain in this movie is Ben Kingsley, and he's this weird, like, totalitarian Marxist.
Ponytail guy.
Like, yeah.
That's how you can tell he's the villain.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone in this movie with a ponytail is a villain.
Uh-huh.
I think Timothy Busfield has a ponytail too.
Oh shit, yeah.
I once had a ponytail and I was a villain, so like I get it.
Fact. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you either die soon enough to be a hero or live long enough to be a villain.
Yeah,
so,
when I had ringlets, I was the hero. When I put it back into a ponytail, I was the villain, obviously.
Yep.
Boy. So like it's this weird like he gives his villain like his villain monologue in the midpoint of the movie, and it's like Marty, because no one can fucking say this. Like,
this is really a point for you.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even
Marty,
notice it. So
can you imagine a world where everyone was equal, where there were no rich people, and it's like, I think that sounds great. Why are we fighting again? And then it's like, and then we would control it because we had the information. It's like you went one step too far. But this is a thing in Hollywood where it's like, oh, the hero is going to be the guy who's standing up for like, I'm just a average capitalist Joe trying to make my way. And the villain is the guy who wants people to be fucking equal. And I don't have much more to say about that, but like...
Well, okay, so Ben Kingsley in general, when was Gandhi? It was before this, right?
80s, 1981
So
or 2.
what the
It was the same year as E.T.
Okay, so what the fuck business is Ben Kingsley having, like, not a really big role? Like, he's the villain, but, like, he's barely in the movie. Like, this just doesn't make any sense. It's very weird.
I mean, if you've ever seen a Ben Kingsley movie that's not Gandhi, that's pretty much his MO.
Yeah, it really
I
is.
guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you see
And
Shutter
maybe
Island,
Sexy
for
Beast
example?
or The House of Sand and Fog. He's got a much bigger part. But...
Both of those, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. All right, well, should
Or
we
the
do
whackness.
rates?
Yeah. Do
feel
you
like
want
we have
the
to.
IMDb rating? It's pretty high, unfortunately.
Oh, boy.
It's a 7.1.
Oof.
With 48,000 votes.
Ooh,
Okay.
this movie was popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Apparently.
Seth, why don't you lead us off?
Zach, why don't you go first? Tell us about...
Oh, I said Seth, but all right.
Well, you
All
want
right.
to go first?
Let's go around the horn. Yeah.
All right, you want to go first? Go first.
Yeah, no, go for it.
I'm the only person that hasn't been suggested to go first yet, but okay, sure.
Sorry.
So, Kev,
I just feel like you're always a good like summarizing character. Like you have
Anyway.
so many more facts than the rest of us.
Kevin,
Yes,
how are you, my
I'm
friend?
great.
Good. I think you should be feeling very confident right
I
now.
do.
Definitely,
I
yes.
do.
Definitely, yes.
So the original movie, like I said, I think I'm going to rate this higher than everyone else. I think like I'd give it a 6.2. It is,
Wow.
It is a very TNT kind of movie.
Oh,
They know
Yeah.
drama.
well, and it's
Why?
about
think-
it's like 100 hours long. TNT could stretch this with commercials to like an entire morning. This is like a 4-hour movie on television.
This
Three
is
and a
like
half
you-
hours, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like Shawshank, Sneakers, Saving Private Ryan
Yeah.
to close out your Memorial Day.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Lord
yeah.
of the Rings.
The non-extended editions, inexplicably.
Even then, it's still 4.5 hours.
Yeah. So I'll give it a 6.2.
yeah.
I think it's fine. It's a fun movie for parts of it, and it's totally like the kind of movie that you could just put on, and if you stop paying attention, it doesn't matter.
That's exactly the thing I think Seth and I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
True fact. True fact.
your like fucking waltz through the history of the shoes of my childhood. I'm gonna give you a 9.8.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
That movie was damn near perfect,
Yep.
son. Damn near.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved every minute, and I can't believe that you were catching me with your fucking reveals. Like it was so, like it should have been so obvious, but you got me every time. I'm giving you
true.
a 9.8.
Also surprised about that.
Who's next, you sons of bitches?
I'll go. I think Lee, you're not entirely wrong. I think I was gonna rate this lower until you kind of said it. It as a background movie, it's like better than most, I would say.
This is top tier background movie.
Yeah, but it is fatally flawed in many ways that we described. So I'm gonna go like a 5. I think it's like okay, not good. Kev, I'm right there with Lee on this. This was like you pick an obscure subject matter and you fucking kill it as hard as you did, and it's a can't lose scenario. It's so good.
It's like you threw a pair of shoes in the dryer, and I've been listening to it since we started recording.
Flop around and destroy everything.
dunk. Dunk.
Yeah, I'm a go a 9-1 for you. That was just it was incredible. Son. It was so good.
Damn, son.
I really did play to my audience this week, so
yeah,
yeah,
you pander
yeah.
it's very
because we're known for hating when people pander to us. Like,
there's a lot of pandering to these two boys.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
pander
Bring me back
express.
down to earth.
Boston.
I will say for the original movie, it was great for 24 and a half minutes. And then
That sounds right.
I got very, very bored.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I got so bored with this stupid goddamn movie after the first, third. As I said before, it's 3 movies at once trying to figure out its way and had star power but not competent star power. Like, they're too old.
Yes.
They're too old to be action stars. Like, so I'm gonna give it like a 5.5. Like, it's fine. As Lee said,
okay.
it's good in the background. It's fine. Kev, for your movie, you're gonna lose some points for the fact that you didn't reference Foster the People enough and all the pumped up kicks.
You did keep saying pumped up kicks, and I was like, yeah, that's the first thing my mind went to.
Yeah,
School shooting song, the best.
I was gonna say, very upsetting
that is,
song
yeah,
about
that
a
is
school shooting.
problematic.
That, like, I remember in high school them still playing at, like, school dances and stuff, and me being like, I don't think this means what you think it means. But alright, I'll dance to it. Or pretend to dance to it at that
I've
time.
seen pictures of you in high school. You had a real young Inigo look, so that makes sense.
Yeah, well, also, like, I wasn't really dancing. I was standing awkwardly on the side of the gym while other people danced at that point in my life,
Match.
and then
Sure,
I learned how to dance. But, Kev,
Have you rated this yet?
What?
Have you rated this movie yet? I can't.
No,
Working on it.
not
Working
yet.
on
I'm
it.
getting there. I was talking about Foster the People first. Give me a goddamn minute, Lee.
All right, Gautier, just settle down.
You bitch. I like your heart shoes. I like your heart monitor shoes, which I think is a real.
I
lest
forgot
we
about
forget,
that. 9.9. I'm bumping you up to
incredible.
a 9.9.
Yeah, I thought that was like a really beautiful note, and I want some heart monitor shoes. Because I'm getting up there, so it makes sense.
That's the best goof to go out on. You got to prepare for that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Richard Harris level death goofing.
Yeah,
sure.
No, I mean, when I die, I plan
pretend you knew that
on you
reference,
three
Zach.
fellas putting some heart monitor shoes on me as I'm dying. Like, invent them, get them on me.
All right, that's a tall order, but and then we tell the responding ambulance, like, keep them alive long enough for us to get these shoes on them, and then you can let them go.
Yeah.
Fine.
No, my Live Alert bracelet or whatever the fuck says that
Seth
explicitly.
has fallen and he can't get up.
Yeah.
Your living will is like, keep me alive long enough for shoe goofs, and then pull that plug.
That's true. So, Kev, thank you for adding this very important component of my death. So, like, you guys got, I would say 2 years max, to figure this out, to figure out this technology that Kev invented, and then we can go with that. And because of that, you get a 7.7.
All right.
Ooh, not bad.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's
All
a good
right.
Seth score.
Handed win.
But only if you manage to get the shoes made and put them on my feet when I die.
So we have a 2-year
Again,
time limit
you got
for this.
2
remember
years.
that.
You got 2 years, fellas. Figure it out.
Very good.
Kev, do you have anything you wanted to talk about or bring up before we leave here today?
I'm just trying to figure out how to read a heartbeat through the soles of your feet. And,
There you go.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
we're already
This
on
is
it.
It's a hard
I feel
task,
like you've
you know?
already got the first lyric to the song about it.
It is a
Like-
hard but not insurmountable task.
Yeah.
And that's why
possible.
you're in my will. You get, I don't know, this weird rock.
Excellent. Ooh, that's a fancy
not bad.
boy.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
I got lots of weird
Good
rocks.
pull,
on my
Kev. Good
desk.
pull.
That is true.
The streets read my heartbeat through the soles of my feet. That's the song that we're gonna write to go along with these shoes.
Oh yeah, we gotta score this scene.
Play that on my deathbed.
Yeah.
I think it was just set to that song. It's always a good time. I think that's the song I was thinking of. Yeah.
Sure. Seems good.
Zach, what's next time?
Yeah, so next week, retroactively, we are going to redo Seth with True Romance.
People don't need to know that. People don't need to know that we already recorded that episode.
Seth's going to do True Romance. And if I think it turns out pretty weird. If I
honestly don't remember what in the fuck I did for that. So this is just as good. Because, it'll be fun.
It's a fun one. All right.
Well,
we keep
Kevin-y Kevin.
Kevin-y Kevin.
Oh, thank Kevin for Kevin-y Kevin. Yeah.